really need like draft picks, especially that low at this point. So I think it's fair value. Draymond Jones, kind of like a run defending linebacker, should be helpful. But there was another trade for a linebacker that had much heavier implications, and that is the Dallas Cowboys trading for linebacker Logan Wilson of the Cincinnati Bengals for a 7th-round pick. Now, Logan Wilson has been benched on the Bengals, and it's seemingly a mistake. I mean, Logan Wilson hasn't been like an all-pro, but he's been like, I think he's got Pro Bowl upside. He's a good size linebacker. It seems like he always finds the ball. And the Bengals benched him for 2 linebackers that are grading out as the worst linebackers in the league right now. So I don't know if they intended to do this. But a 7th-round pick for a starting linebacker, to me, I get it's like a replaceable position. That seems like good value. This Cowboys defense had to start somewhere. But now they have him, and they have DeMarvion Overshown coming back. That guy is a beast. He really is. He might be the best player on their defense, except for maybe one of these other moves that they made. But, yeah, having him and Logan Wilson, substantial upgrade from what they've been working with before.
It's kind of upsetting, though, going from the Bengals to the Cowboys, going from the shittiest offense to a shittier.
You're going to the same team.
Offense. Yeah, you're basically going to a similar defense. You're like, you were ass, and now you're even more ass. Yeah, it was just like
it's like the Bengals and Cowboys defense would flip flop every week to be like, who's the worst defense? And now Logan Wilson, who was benched on what was like essentially the worst defense, unjustifiably so. Like I said, unless they intended to do this, now gets sent to another defense where he's gonna have to make up for a lot of mistakes. But maybe after we get through the rest of this. It'll also come together more. And for the sake of the episode, I'm going to go a little out of chronological order, or at least how it's listed here on the article, and talk about the other move that the Cowboys made. And that is trading for New York Jets all-pro defensive tackle Quinnen Williams. What did they send to get such an amazing player? Well, they sent a 1st-round pick in next year's draft, their 2nd-round pick in this year's draft, and Mozzie Smith. They got rid of Mozzie Smith. You better believe that they were trying to get rid of him, because now they have Quinnen Williams and Kenny Clark and Osa Odigizua, who's like that Aaron Donald type of guy. Now they got 3 different types of defensive tackles that they can move around. I was talking with a Cowboys fan today about how they can put Osa on the edge. Maybe they can switch to a 3-4, have those 3 D tackles there. Logan Wilson be the one linebacker, and then have Overshown like hanging off the edge with like another guy. Yeah. I think this gives them a lot of flexibility, adding Wilson and Quinnen Williams. You traded Micah Parsons. It seems like you wanted to take the resources you got from Micah and kind of spread it out across the defense. They have a bunch of cap space available. And you know what? As Joey would, I wish he was here right now, because he would love to explain this.
He would go off about this right here right now.
I did just talk to him about this, and that's the Cowboys fan, by the way. And he was telling me, he was telling both of us about how Micah can't stop the run, and that's part of the problem. So you have $45 million soaked into Micah Parsons on the Packers, where you can stop the run, or at least are okay at it. You can afford to have a pass rusher who's a bit of a liability in the run. But when you're on the Cowboys and nobody else on the defense can make up for it, it just, I sort of understand it. I'm still not saying I would have done it, because you had $40 million like cap space just sitting there until the deadline. Yeah. And I don't even know if they're still going to use it. But this Cowboys team, Jerry said he was going to make some big moves. Clearly, he has made some big moves. Quinnen Williams is probably the 2nd best defensive tackle in the NFL, I would say. Maybe even first.
They got 3 first-round picks for Michael Parsons, did they not?
Yeah, I think they got 2 this year, and then they got 1 the following year, or maybe it was
they got 2
flipped or something like that.
So my whole thing is like, you used 1 of them just for this guy, and now you have still 2 first-round picks with Kenny Clark next to Quinnen Williams. And like I'll give Quinnen Williams probably like I noticed how you just said that he's the best D tackle. You don't give Dexter Lawrence that respect, and I'm not an Eagles fan.
So I say like prime, give me Dexter, Dexter's not like playing up to that right now because he's coming off of that elbow from last year and he got like sick this year. And he's still getting double teamed. He's still getting the respect from the offenses. Like he's still soaking up the blocks. But last year, he would literally drive through double teams into quarterbacks. It was the craziest thing I'd ever seen. Because it's not even like Aaron Donald. I mean, Aaron Donald would kind of like slip through that kind of thing. Dexter would literally push them through, like push them back through a double team. He hasn't really been doing that this year. So I go back and forth with Quinnen. I think, you know.
I was gonna say, so you're giving me your time. I know this is like a little sidetrack, but now I'm just so curious.
Yeah.